The only people who ever showed up on the moon that made any sense was astronauts in the first episode of the season 1, where they're on the moon in space.
And they got spacesuits. They got spacesuits.
Only ones. And even the comics are like, yeah, you got to be morphed to be on the moon, and they're always morphed on the moon.
Yeah. Welcome again to this episode of Zeo to Hero. I hope all you grid travelers have found the right podcast to listen to. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Zeo to Hero tonight. On today's top subject, Jim's beard is fake.
What did I tell you about saying these kind of things? What did I tell you? If you wake up dead tomorrow, you understand why.
But you can't wake up dead.
You can't wake up dead. It means you woke up not alive.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Let me try this new one. Okay. Well, hey. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Zeo to Hero. I'm Billy, and that's Jim. The only man that I know that probably can, I don't know, Jim. I think I've run out of things to say. I mean, how's your musket cleaning skills?
You know what? Actually, pretty good. I can also make a pretty mean pancake.
Well, I don't want to be too mean.
You know what? I can also make a pretty solid waffle.
Well, I hope it's a solid thing. I don't want no flimsy waffle.
You don't know. The waffle could have seen some things, man.
Some shell shock waffles. Okay.
You know what? It was probably drowned to death by some syrup. It was 100% maple. It took about real good.
Oh God.
Hey, I'm trying to make light of this.
Okay. All right, Jim. On tonight's episode, what is the one thing that we dislike? Not only us, but I would say probably 90% of the fandom that watches what we watch, like what we're into. What is one thing that you say probably is on the top of the hate me list?
Your feet pictures?
Hey, I have to make a second income somehow, okay? These toys don't buy themselves.
I'm just pointing out the facts. So you asked, I had to say it.
What'd I tell you about saying stuff like that?
So that I shouldn't? The greater good?
The greater good. Shut it!
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, so the biggest thing I think we all have problems with personally is plot holes.
Very big plot holes.
And I have a bigger issue with Deus Ex Machina stuff, where it's like, oh, hey, it's all been fixed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can't, no.
That's my
can't do that.
Issue. Plot holes drive us, but I will say they might drive us nuts, but it gives us the best conspiracy theories. Like Casey, we've talked to Casey a dozen times. He was on last week. If you didn't listen to that episode, go back and listen to it. But he does an entire YouTube channel for conspiracy theorists, theories from Power Rangers, and plot holes, and stuff they don't say in the show, make his entire show.
Right, exactly, and. It's actually pretty fun too because we have to work with what's given to us, and of course it's going to be plot, especially Power Rangers, because the Sentai will never match up perfectly with the American adaptation.
Yeah. So
we have to basically, like us here, we have to make up connecting dots between all that stuff from the Sentai to American adaptations.
And we have to get a book out and get we put dots on the book. We can start drawing those dots on the pages, and it gets really messy. We run through a lot of pens really quickly. I keep telling him to switch to pencils, but he wants to use a pen because he's a big boy.
Yeah. Then we have to evolve into a big brown cork board and red lines and pictures of question marks with connecting.
Exactly. This is exactly how it happens. Like every week we come and do this, guys. Every week we get a big cork board out. We print out some pictures. We know most of his question marks. You can't have too many holes in his question marks.
Yeah, and then when someone mentions something about food, we throw up a exclamation mark.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Exclamation point.
Uh-huh.
Right. The nonsense is over with. No, it's never be over. We know who
Right.
we are. We're gonna. Yeah, there's no never-ending supply of this.
That's right. No.
So I do want to talk about plot holes, and I want to say this here and now before we get too far into this. And I get why Hasbro did this. I get it. Why they did the Green Century, fixed all the plot holes. I get it.
You mean the Morphin Master?
Yeah, the Morphin Master, the Green Morphin Master fixed all the plot holes. I don't like this. I get why they did it. It's to clear up a lot of the back end stuff from the last 30 years of content. I get that. I totally understand this. I don't like it though.
I didn't like it either. It just felt really just like placed there just hey, it's because that.
Well, it kind of had to be
Yeah.
Saban, the writers during Saban series and during the Disney series did not really try. There's only a couple times that they really did try to keep things together. The Zeo, Green with Evil, the Chasing the Space, Lost Galaxy, they kind of kept it together, and then a couple other seasons that kind of tried to keep timelines together. But the rest of it, no. Megaforce, oh my god, Megaforce.
Oh no,
that was an aneurysm waiting to happen.
Yep,
Why are
that's
there
right.
horses in space? I can get this all day.
Why was there a portal that just so happened to turn from a Marinoid to the moon, and she recruited the Lost Galaxy Rangers? What is that? What's going on here?
Exactly. Why was Andros in the exact same spot he needed to be to pick up the Rangers spaceship?
Right?
No warnings went out. Nothing went out like that.
Yeah, there was no SOS, there was nothing. How did he know?
How
did the ship transform into a Megazord?
I got an even bigger question. Why is Dustin the only Ranger who knows how to play a musical instrument in the entire series? Actually knows how to play anything. Everyone else kind of doesn't seem to know what they're doing, but Dustin does.
Right.
Other big one. I got a great one right here. Why does Tommy go hi out all the time? So
that's not a plot hole.
If you don't know, Disney actually got on JDF about it during filming of Dino Thunder. They're like, "Hey, can you tone down the cussing a little bit?" He's like, "What?
Yeah. What cussing? What are you talking about?
Aren't those cuss words?" He's like, "No,
no." That's why in Dino Thunder you didn't hear him say it.
he got a couple in the beginning of the series, and then they're gone at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can he roundhouse kick a dinosaur?
You got me.
So, in lieu of this tonight, just so you guys know, we're going to talk about some plot holes.
Well, that was a dead giveaway.
So, yeah. Before we get to that, though, I do kind of want to do a little house cleaning for the most part. Abysmal Crown. You don't get a sticker. You're not getting one.
Oh, damn.
No, Billy actually got some really cool stickers made up for a Zeo to Hero. We're going to be handing them out to a couple people in our Discord group and who commented on the Facebook post on Lightning, not Lightning Collection, but Facebook group.
Yep.
Yes, that one. And a couple folks in the Discord server. So heads up, you'll be getting some stickers if you reached out and said hi to us about them. And we'll be posting pictures of them too. They look really cool.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You damn right.
Another thing is if you like the shows our trajectory, if you like how we're taking this, that's the word I'm trying to say. If you like how this show is going, make sure you leave a comment or let us know what you guys think about the show. I really want to see more comments about what you guys think about this new format, because I know a lot of the other Power Ranger shows do a similar kind of format where they talk about one subject or one episode, but they go really into detail about it. We don't really want to do that because that gets a little, what's the word we're looking for? Not interesting. We want to kind of keep it more fun. And so we want to talk about some stuff, make jokes, and make some stupid things about it, and keep going. Let us know if you like this kind of stuff, because I want to keep this going, because we've been enjoying this quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Billy, but I've been enjoying this. See, he's crying over there. Why are you crying?
Yeah.
Why are you crying? Did someone give you a hug?
Yeah, no. Don't do that. But yeah. Okay.
All right. But yeah, that's the two big ones I want to talk about really quick. Oh, also, if you haven't joined it and you want to, the Facebook group is called Lightning Collection, but ... Not Lightning Collection, but ... If you haven't joined that group, go join it. We've been making fun of Lightning Collection stuff and other things.
Yes.
So heads up on that right now.
Uh-huh.
Besides that, though,
it's fun.
You ready to get this going?
Let's dive into this one, hombre.
All right, first plot hole.
Gazpacho.
You know, gazpacho is just like revenge, best served cold.
Okay, all right.
You know what gazpacho
There's a plot
is,
hole.
right? You know what that is, right?
No, you know what that is.
It's cold tomato soup. Like, it's not
No.
really tomato soup. It's a Russian dish that's served cold with mostly tomatoes.
Now, listen. Gazpacho is when a space capsule hit the moon, right?
Oh my god.
10,000 years later, Rita appears. Okay, now stick with me here, all right? You're going to hold on.
Rita wasn't
ready.
I swear to God. Rita was not landed on the moon. She was Earth,
captured
and Zordon
there.
was like, nope, and sent her to the moon.
Listen, this is what gazpacho is. She hits the moon, right? In the capsule.
What gazpacho means.
I know. I was trying to play a whole different thing on that.
Oh my god! You want to try that one more time?
All right, no, I'm done. Let's do this.
You know what I really want to know? Why is there a sky in space? Episode 1, they're on the moon, and you look up, and they look up, and it's the sky, and I don't know why.
It looks like there's an
there.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's like an atmosphere. Yeah.
What's going on there? You can see the Earth in the sky.
Yeah. Right.
And it's not the green. It's not the Green Morphin Master. I don't think she has that kind of power.
Like, was Fenster's clay that he made out of space dust and water or something?
Like, did he have an endless supply of clay? Did he have to make
that? Would explain the endless supply, because they're on a planet by themselves.
We clearly saw Rita drinking at one point, like drinking water. Where are they getting the water from?
Where's the water? Is it on the moon?
There's no water on the moon.
Where's it at?
Are they on the dark side of the moon, or are they on the the light side of the moon? Because if the dark side of the moon, it's below freezing. If the light side of the moon, it's above 130 degrees, something like that. It's really hot.
Yeah. When Zed gets there, why is there lightning strikes whenever you see the castle?
Exactly. There's no unless there's atmosphere there. If there's atmosphere there, then why have we moved to the moon yet? Like, we're still here on Earth.
Right.
Moon men. And if you're born on the moon, are you now like a moon person? Are you still like a human? Are you still like a citizen of Earth, or are you a citizen of the moon? Because the moon and the Earth are like the same rock.
Right.
Yeah.
If an astronaut dies of space, does he still go to heaven, or is he out of bounds?
I feel like you should go talk to them at the space bar for that. Yeah,
that's a plot hole. That was a plot. Okay.
That's where astronauts drink at. They drink at the space bar.
Okay.
You know what? I don't have to explain myself to you.
I'm not gonna let you explain. No. All right.
So all valid questions, and like I don't think the Green Morphin Master could have done anything about that. But like, how did they survive up there? Like, how are they surviving up there? And then like the Machine Empire shows up. They're on the moon too, right?
Yeah.
They come into the
I can
moon.
see the Machine Empire because they don't have vital organs.
But they have big, humongous like moving machinery on their backs and stuff. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Are we saying that the atmosphere is gone, or there's more atmosphere? Is stuff getting collected back there? What's going on here?
Maybe where they came from, there was no atmosphere.
Maybe where they came from was your mom.
That's wrong.
But like, yeah, so it's just some plot holes, and you're just like, you're thinking about it like, hold on, this don't make any sense. And I know it's a kid's show.
All right.
But like, come on, this don't make any sense. It's like you could have tried a little bit harder, like explained a few things. Come on now.
Come on.
Like Divatox, right? Divatox is on Earth in the water, right? Like
Right.
he's hanging out in the ocean and like different water places and stuff. Like that makes sense because you can't live in space. It's not really possible. Like long-term living in space. Even doesn't matter how advanced your society is or how advanced you are.
Yeah.
As even like if you're a humanoid, it's gonna be very hard to live in space. We have astronauts here on on this planet who've lived in space, and they come back kind of a little weird.
Didn't she come to the Earth and live in a lake?
Yeah, she lived in a lake for like a good chunk of the first half of the series, and then they moved to a different lake.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's. You know what, TJ.
That's
like,
it.
yeah, we're gonna blame
That's
it all
it.
on that power transfer thing with TJ, and like TJ was unprepared to deal with that, and so she had to move to a different lake.
Yep. Yeah. To make it make more sense. Okay.
It can make way more sense. You know what?
Yeah.
Zeo Powers.
Yeah. Oh man. Another plot hole is literally the multiple points of Lost Galaxy.
You're only saying these because you just watched it.
I just watched it. Yeah.
All right. Let me hear some of your plot. Don't let me hear them. Let you tell them to the people who listen to our show.
Okay. First of all, Miranoi. They open a portal it does not explain nothing. She runs through the portal, finds the other Rangers out there on a moon, right? On the moon, doing military exercises.
Doing moon stuff.
Moon stuff, right? Okay, first of all, there's no oxygen on the moon. Why are they up there? Like, okay. Second, wouldn't they have like a registry of the soldiers that were getting on the ships to transport them to the moon? Because like Leo snuck up on there just by putting on a disguise. Wouldn't they register people walking on the ships? I just don't even know.
Okay, let me explain to you how the military here on our military works. No one knows nothing about anything.
Sounds
What
about
it
right.
is. Like, okay, so my partner in crime worked for MSC, Military SEAL Command, right? And so they worked really tightly with the Navy and the Coast Guard. And so they were being transferred from one ship to another ship across the dockyard, right? So across the dockyard, like less than a mile away, right? To go to have transfer orders done with, they had to get off the current ship, get into a van, go 5 miles outside of like the dockyard, get on bikes, go another 8 miles on bike, get into another van, then come back, and then finally end up at the other dock. And that took like 15 hours to do that, and it took them 6 weeks to give them their command to move over to the other ship.
Oh,
Yeah, none of it makes any sense. And that's just how that works.
right.
So, like, you can assume, like, they were kind of on point about how that all works out because it's all kind of wonky.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to just go
There's
with
a
that.
whole bunch. Whole bunch.
Yeah, a lot of stuff goes weird. Yeah. Weird.
Like the Galacta Beast. They are now on Terra Venture. Like, wouldn't anybody else notice them?
No one would notice them. Come on. Like, no one noticed the
Ah.
big, humongous, like, Turbo Megazord hangar band coming out of the middle of the highway.
Oh, yeah. Nobody blinks an eye at that. Yeah.
Yeah, no one blinks an eye at that thing, and no one blinks an eye at, Power Rangers running around in tight spandex punching, putties.
Yeah.
It becomes normal occurrences.
Right.
Like, and
I can't deal with this.
Like, I can't we get the comics, and like the comics kind of explore a little bit more about like what people are thinking sometimes, but like none of them actually talk about how everyone's like, oh hey, Power Rangers, cool. Like they're just a fact that they exist at that point. No one's like, oh man, no, they don't exist. Like, it's all like against you, man. Like it's all big government. It's all big buildings trying to get you down and like get our buildings redone.
That's
prop
what
up
it
the
is. Oh,
supply
my God.
chain.
Oh,
There needs to be a Power Ranger
Right.
Alex Jones. Like, there needs to be something like that where they're just like spewing conspiracy theories about the Power Rangers, and I feel like that'd
Yeah.
be far more believable than anything else we've seen so far.
do you think? Because whenever the Power Rangers show up, basically like in the first like episode or so, and the citizens, they're like, "Oh, look, it's the Power Rangers." Do you think they say that because like we've seen in season to season that like some teams are very close by, right? Do you think that maybe they're already used to hearing stories of Power Rangers in other cities or other parts of the world, and be like, "Oh, these dudes are in 5 different color suits." Like, "Oh, it's the Power Rangers."
Well, I think let's go up to after Turbo, like in space. Let's go up to after in space, right? Mm-hmm. Up to that point, they were pretty well known for like their colors, and they're at that point they only had 3 suit revisions. So we had MMPR, Zeo, Turbo, in space suit revisions, right?
You're right.
And they were pretty consistent in colors, right? Pretty consistent for colors: red, pink, yellow, blue, and red, pink, yellow, blue, and then black or green, right?
Right.
And then a silver one. At that point, like, oh hey, Power Rangers, hey, these guys are running around defending Earth. They're wearing brightly colored spandex and or a black spandex suit for the one not wearing brightly colored spandex suits.
Right.
And so I think people at that point are like, oh, hey, we know who they are. They've been on the news a couple times. There's lots of talk about their city being destroyed, being magically rebuilt within a day, stuff like that. And I think, and then you get to later series where there's like maybe 3 Rangers or there's 4
Right.
Rangers when they start with instead of like 3 Rangers starting instead of 5, and you get the weird colors like purple or orange. Mm-hmm. And like maybe they're like, oh hey, why is this purple guy trying to save me? Who is this dude?
Right. Or another theory I just thought of, like, so in Dino Fury they had a hotline, they had social media, like that. Do you think that could have played a part in spreading the awareness of who the Power Rangers like what they look like?
I want to know is how like the normal people feel about the like different teams and different revisions and stuff like that. Be like, oh hey, like the Dino Thunder team shows up, and then like across town there's another team like Ninja Storm that was there like last year. Like, do they feel anything different about that? Like, how do they feel about these year by year teams instead of like overall arcing team? There should be an overarching team of Rangers that just like hang out there like most of the time and do things. And then
Right.
like you have like your individual teams that happen once a year. So
like anniversary teams.
like no. Like there should be like one team that handles everything all through the year. Like
Right.
there should be like one team that everyone knows who they are, right? Everybody knows who they are, like the MMPR team, right? That
Right.
team should be around defending Earth consistently. And then each year there's another like sub team that shows up and like explores different parts of the Power Rangers universe and like deals with a different big bad that's not really the biggest bad, but like a big bad that they can handle.
Right.
So say you had the MMPR team and with like Ninja Storm, right? Ninja Storm team's out there, fighting off Lothar, but Lothar is not big enough a threat to deal with like this big, like the bigger team, like the big team that has all the power
Right.
and all the everything else they need. And then you have like Ninja Storm's like, oh hey, we'll handle Lothar, we got this, and they just handle Lothar.
Gotcha. Like a little auxiliary team.
Something like that. Like XPD, like there are multiple tiers of teams, like A Squad, B Squad, C Squad. That kind of thing.
Right.
Like A Squad takes the big guys, B Squad takes the ones that they might need a Megazord for. C Squad is Foot Patrol.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
I'm not crazy, I swear.
Like SPD, the Beat Squad, and they're like just normal cops.
SPD B Squad. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what I'm. Why isn't it like that? Like, why isn't anything like that? Like, we could have like beast morphers that are like the big bads for like a couple years, and like they handle all the big stuff, and then like Dino Fury comes along, and they're handling all the new stuff.
Well, I mean, like Beast Morphers could handle anything that tries to attack the harness, the grid that they've tapped into.
The Morphex,
Yeah.
and like. Yeah, you got Morphex. Like they're handling all the Morphex stuff. Like anytime Morphex gets brought up, they're the special team that gets called in. Like, hey, Morphex is having an issue. This team shows up every time like clockwork. And then you have like Dino Fury. Dino Fury is the one like everyone knows of now. And then say you have like Time Force. Time Force shows up and they do all the Time Force stuff because they do all the time stuff. Like if something is such a big threat that even the team that's currently in charge can't handle it, Time Force shows up like, hey guys, let's handle this.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's what I've always been thinking. And like I know Willie or Cosplay Dude 637 has the Ultra Rangers kind of concept of his storyline with that, which makes a lot of sense. Like, you have a team of Rangers who are there handling all the big stuff. And like the other Power Rangers teams out there and out and about doing other things that aren't precedent compared to the Ultra Rangers. That's what I think. And I like that story.
You got different Rangers from other realms trying to stop danger.
Yep, like the Red Cornish showing up and like totally being awesome.
Don't give that man any credit.
Hey. Yeah, we should give him credit. No, you know what? The Red Cornish Ranger is terrible. Don't listen to this stuff.
Yeah.
It's all the worst. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to take a really quick break and we'll come right back with some other fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to blow your mind. Machine Empire got you down?
Yeah.
Wondering why Beetleborgs are evil?
Yeah.
Cogs everywhere?
Yeah.
You need Rocky, the blue Zeo Ranger. The greatest ranger of all time. You can reach him at rockyisawesome.com. And if you want a personalized voicemail from the legend himself, make sure you reach out at voicemail.rocky.com.
Welcome back from the commercial. And this one's going to be a real spicy topic. Jimmy, unleash it.
Why are there horses in space? Why? Why are there horses in space? What is going on with these horses in space? Like, what? Okay, does space have oxygen? Because, like, we sit there and we're watching, like, you have MMPR, right? And those astronauts in space with the atmosphere around them, and then you see them open up the tomb for Rita, the garbage can for Rita, and then she shows up and is like, oh, I've been locked away for 10,000 years, finally free. But you can't hear stuff in space where there's no like atmosphere in space. So like there should be nothing there for sound to travel in. You shouldn't be able to even hear her at all. What's she doing over there in her moon base? She could talk in her moon base. So that means there's got to be air in space, right? Because apparently there's air in space. So then we get on over to in space, all right? We get over in space, and Carlos is flying around that little girl in front of his galaxy glider. He's hanging out with her, and she's like, king of the world, and she's not dying because of lack of oxygen. So there's got to be oxygen in space. And then you get to, you get over here to Wild Force, and then they're on the moon, and with horses on the moon, and they're all standing out on the moon, not any suits on, able to breathe and shout out their call signs. Why is there horses in space? Why? That's the thing I had the most problem with. Why are the horses in space? Why are robots riding horses? Why does the Machine Empire have to invest in horses that look real? They're not, say they're machines. Why do they look so realistic? I feel like, horses are a very unreliable form of transportation at that point in time. When you're a machine, I feel like a car would be a pretty good, maybe an all-terrain vehicle. Maybe a jetpack. Jetpack would be pretty fun. Why are horses?
Yes.
What's going on with these horses, man?
I approve.
I did forget to mention about the Lost Galaxy. Why are they doing training courses on the moon with no oxygen mask on? So it's got to have some kind of oxygen on the moon.
Yeah. Exactly. The moon's got to have some sort of atmosphere, apparently, in Power Rangers terms.
There's got to be something there, man. Like, how would they stand outside with no oxygen? Like, the only people who ever showed up on the moon that made any sense was astronauts in the first episode of season 1, where they're on the moon in space.
And they got spacesuits. They got spacesuits.
Only ones. And even the comics are like, yeah, you got to be morphed to be on the moon, and they're always morphed on the moon.
Yeah. Unless for some reason Rita and Zed maybe manufactured some sort of like atmosphere on there.
I feel like Rita actually might the palace might have an oxygen barrier around it, maybe.
Because the palace is still there. They never destroyed it, did they?
Yeah, the palace got destroyed at one point. After the Zeo crystal was taken, and then the machine empire shows up, they destroy the palace.
Oh, right. Because
they essentially take over the palace, basically.
Yeah, and we will probably see that in the 30th anniversary, probably
with Mechanical Rita, who could stand on the moon without a mask on. It makes total sense. My other question is so they do all this stuff on the moon, right? So they have the RV right on the moon, right?
Right.
And they're rolling around this RV on the moon, and Rita doesn't have a mask on. None of them have a mask on, except for Zed, and Zed that's part of his face.
Yeah, that's his face.
Does the RV have oxygen in it? And they're standing outside, they're exchanging details and stuff, they're doing stuff outside the RV.
All right.
I don't know, man. I need answers to these things. I'm more mad about the horses of the moon than anything else, but I have questions. I have questions about oxygen on the moon.
Right.
Does Rita not need oxygen to live?
Probably not.
Did she change over the 10,000 years she was locked away? And if she was locked away for 10,000 years, is she essentially immortal?
Ah.
Zed, I know he's essentially immortal at this point too. Are these bad guys immortal?
Maybe 10,000 years can start a metamorphosis to where you don't need oxygen.
Because you hear all these terms, all these old times thrown out, right? Master Xandred from Samurai was around 10 generations ago, right?
Right.
He's a couple thousand years old at this point. Is he immortal too? Are the Sporex beasts immortal? Because you can't really destroy them, and when you can't really destroy them, and they can't die, are they immortal as well?
Yeah. That's a good point, because you beat a Sporex, it just goes back to its original form of a blob.
I know I'm getting off topic on this one. I know the Machine Empire can essentially be immortal.
I mean, in the Halloween episodes, the monsters that they defeat are there.
Yeah. So
are they immortal? Oh, well, for Samurai, they were in the afterlife.
Yeah, Samurai in the afterlife. But I feel like the big bads are immortal, except for a handful. Lothar is not immortal. Mesogog is not immortal.
No.
Grum's not immortal. And who's the other one I'm thinking of? Yeah, that's the only three I can think of off the top of my head that would not be immortal. Even Divatox is old as all get out. No, Void Knight's not immortal.
No, he wouldn't be.
Yeah, he wouldn't be immortal. Well, he wasn't really the big bad. It was Void Queen.
Void Queen. Oh, yeah. And he becomes Void King.
But the question is, when they become that, do they become immortal?
No, probably not.
My thought, what's the immortality rate for Power Rangers villains? Because you clearly tell the Rangers aren't immortal. They're not.
No.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no, they're not.
But the villains are. I know we went to horses to immortality, but you know what? I can link it together. Hold on.
No.
I got this. The horse talisman for the Jackie Chan's Adventures was immortality.
Oh, great.
That's right. I got this. I'm doing this. I'm linking together.
Oh, God.
That's right.
There we go.
I got this. Okay, but yeah, so Rita was 10,000 years old. Zed's even older than her. Master Val's even older than both of them. Divatox is 10,000-ish years old. Astronema's not immortal. She's not immortal.
No, she's not.
Who's the next guy? The bug. Who's the bug? What's the bug's name? The dad.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's not him.
Not him. Because he dies. He gets killed.
He gets undeaded.
Yeah.
Unalived real quick. Jesus.
Hold on. I am going to look this up. Hold on. It's going to bug me if I don't look.
Computer, go. Lost Galaxy. Oh, wow. The first thing on there is what?
I can't find him.
Villain. Scorpius.
Scorpius. That's right.
Yes. He only shows up to 18 episodes? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. The first 18. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Is he immortal? I know he dies, but is he immortal?
No. Well, he has to be. Well, no, he dies, so he can't.
Well, immortality and like death are two separate things at this point. Maybe he's very long-lived.
Right.
I think that's what it would be. Very long. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very long-lived. That's what I go with. Yeah. And then the next one after that. Let's go to the next series. This is Lightspeed Rescue.
Right.
And the villains, Queen Banshira, super old. Yeah, maybe immortal.
Oh, yeah. Holy God.
Ransack's
yeah, well, they're
not
demonic, too, so.
Yeah, well, Ransack in Time Force is not immortal. He's just he's diseased.
Oh, yeah, he's sick. Yeah.
Wild Force, the orgs are immortal, right? They're old as all get out.
Yep. Yeah, they're immortal, yeah.
You have Ninja Storm, which has Lothar, Mesogogon, Dinosaur, Grum, and SPD. Mystic Force. They're immortal. Their big bads are immortal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're big bads. Operation Overdrive. Their big bads are, I think, immortal at that point because they're super old as well.
Yeah,
Thorax.
The question I have now is, so Bulk and that professor get on Terra Venture,
Yes.
but you don't see them. That's it. And then you see them on the last episode.
You see them a couple times through the series.
I don't know.
They're working at bars and stuff. Like Bulk's working at the bar and stuff.
I only saw them on the last episode.
I'm telling you, like they work in a bar.
They're
not doing a whole lot. For the most part, they're not doing a whole lot within the series.
Yeah.
I don't know why they included them in the series. They should have just kind of let them be. But I know that Paul Schreier was like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll be back in the series if you want me to.
Well, 3 episodes.
Yeah, which I think is still a little weird, but let's see. Bulk reprise her roles as Bulk, Professor Phenomenus. And then, let's see. Zeo, Turbo, Lost Galaxy. Year later, Bulk to adventure. They for a journey that work a new world.
Crazy.
Yeah, they are. He came from the science division. Yeah, he's doing a little work here and there. But yeah, he pops up once in a while.
Yeah. That split up Bulk and Skull. So then Skull was still on Earth, which then he could have gotten married at that point.
Yeah, that whole thing. Oh my goodness! Like,
yeah,
everyone's like, not everyone, but there's a large chunk of the fandom is like, he got married to Kimberly, and they had Spike, and I'm like, no,
no.
that's not gonna happen. She had no feelings towards him at all, and she had her own thing going. Come on, man! Like,
come on.
I'm pretty sure her and Jason got together at one point.
Yeah.
But then you see him in the movie later, but I don't think they're credited as the same people.
Nah. You want to say it? You want to synchronize a come on, man?
Let's do it.
Ready?
1, 2.
1, 2, 3. Come on, man. Come on. God damn it, Jake.
Okay.
Okay.
I did it right.
All right.
Don't you yell at me. I'm going to yell at you. You did it wrong. All right, let's do one more quick break, and then we'll be back for the last little bit of our conspiracy theories. I mean, plot hole advice. I mean, hatred towards the Green Morphin Master. Yes. I mean, the something or another. I mean, blankety blankety blank.
That's it. That explains it. That's perfect. Has the Morphin Grid not cleaned your suit very well? Are you trying to get rid of stains that are seemingly unpower blastable? Is the Tide Pod that you're putting in the Morphin Grid not cleaning so well? Is the bleach you're trying to get off the putty goo not doing so well?
Come on down to Unpaid Master G's Washer and Dry Cleaner Services.
Only open on Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 1 p.m.
You won't believe how well they get all the stains out. I had putty stains on my gloves for years. Unpaid Master G's Dry Cleaning Service got it all free.
After beating on mucus, my gloves were all stained, but Master G got them shining clean.
Unpaid Mentor G's got Demetria's lipstick off my collar.
You wouldn't believe the stuff that got out of my suit at Unpaid Master G's Dry Cleaner and Washateria.
This commercial was not sponsored by Zalpha's Helmet Cream.
It was sponsored by Unpaid Master G's Washer and Dry Cleaner Services. Da-da.
Welcome back from that commercial. And our next topic is the TV show Mountain Monsters.
Mountain Monsters?
These people always find these things, but they never catch them. And who in the right mind is tracking something silently, but in the woods, yelling at each other, pointing guns everywhere? They never find a thing. You always hear it off screen, but they never find it. And so help me God, they go in a cave. One of them gets taken. One's taken. They're sitting there yelling at this thing. Like, if you're tracking something, aren't you wanting to be quiet? Mountain monsters, you track silently. And then they make these elaborate traps that don't trap a thing. And they're sitting there working on this thing for 36 hours. I swear to God. But I love this show, though. It's so entertaining.
Tell me what you really think about it.
Jesus Christ. Zeotoheropod is not sponsored by Mountain Monsters on Discovery Channel. Just
I want to put that at the very end, like that's going to be our comedy bit.
Oh God, no!
I'm going to leave it the episode. I'll leave it the episode.
Yes.
I will.
All right, dude, I did that for a reason. I literally inner monologued myself for that. I worked myself up.
Leave the episode, damn it! Just calm down.
Oh my God.
Over to asking Billy hard questions. He's like, what?
What?
2 times 2 equals 4? You lie like the devil.
Yeah, that's some witchcraft. Burn them at the stake.
Blasphemy.
Oh my God. That's right.
All right. Well, we're gonna finish this off with the last little plot hole that I have in my back of my head.
Okay.
Why was there a train in Samurai? Like, how did he show up on the train? Where was the train coming from? Is it like an interdimensional train? Then why wouldn't they be using that more often than jump between different dimensions? Is it a one-time thing? Was it once or twice a thing? Did Master G come up with it? Who had to get him across to the universe to begin with? Because I know that SPD is in a different universe. Is that one time? Is it 2 times? What's going on? And how did Scott know about Mike and Emily? He saw them for about 30 seconds total.
Yeah. No idea.
Yeah. Answer me these questions.
Yeah, because he came on a train. He had to leave on the train.
Was it like an open wormhole between SPD universe and like the main timeline for Power Rangers? Or is it is Samurai in the main timeline for Power Rangers? What's the main timeline for Power Rangers? Like, is it Dino Fury? Is that the main timeline now for Power Rangers? Is this Hasbro line? Is that the main timeline? Anything within the Hasbro lineup is their main timeline? Like MMPR?
Yeah.
Is Samurai in that main timeline? If it's not the main timeline, is Bulk really? Is that our Bulk or is that a different Bulk?
Ouch.
I have questions about
That's so many
timelines,
questions. Oh my god.
but I really, really, really want to know about the train.
Right.
Is it a tow tiger? Was it
Tokai.
What?
What?
What is it? The tow tiger train? Like, is it a train that can only split dimensions? Like, is it do you have to pay to get on it? Who maintains this train? Like,
Zeo Powers.
all right, yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Green Morphin Master. No, Zeo Powers did it. Zeo Powers.
Zeo Powers.
You lie like a dog.
Yeah, F out of here with that Morphin Master.
Nonsense.
That nonsense. Goddamn
surprised
bouillon
we didn't-
cube of nothing.
I'm surprised we didn't get to the. I'm surprised we didn't get to the super mega battle.
Speaking of that, thanks for tuning into this episode of Zeo to Hero with Billy and Jim, the bulk and skull of podcasting. If you like what you're hearing, then definitely follow us on social media at Zeo to Hero from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and our new Facebook page, not Lightning Collection, but if you also like what you're hearing, then leave a review on our Apple Podcasts or follow us on Spotify or anywhere that you find your podcast. And if you don't like what you're listening to, then we're going to put you in a capsule and leave you on the moon for 10,000 years. Right, Jim?
Yes.
This Zeo to Hero is not sponsored by Zeo to Hero, Zeo to Hero, and Zeo to Hero Lawyers. We are doing this on our own free will. And hey, is that Mark over there? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mark, back away. Mark, get back.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zeo to Hero?
Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever.
Jimbalee!
Okay, let me ask you this question. So I know.
Okay.
When you sit there and think to yourself, do you think in words or images?
Doodles.
Doodles. So you don't have, you have an inner monologue or no?
Oh, no, not at all.
You don't have an inner monologue at all.
Never.
So you don't have someone talking to you like in your own head?
No.
Really? You don't?
No.
Wow. Oh, that explains so many things. All right. You don't have yourself talking back to you ever.
Oh, okay. No, I talk out loud.
You talk out loud, but there's no one in your head talking to you.
No, it's me usually talking to myself.
Out loud though, right?
Out loud in the car.
Okay, but you never sit there quietly and think to yourself, like you never sit there quietly and like the words in your head are going.
Never.
Wow. You know what?
Oh my god.
Wow, that makes total
Wow.
sense. All right. Mm-hmm.